hoax considerations, and in conclusion. And then there's some great color photographs. Here's one of Bob Titmus. This is the cover image. Here's one. This is the tracing of the footprint that was found at Ruby Creek in 1941. There was a footprint cast which has long since been broken and lost. This was the tracing done by late Sheriff's Deputy Joe Dunn, who actually went up from, I believe, Bellingham, Washington, all the way up to British Columbia to investigate the Ruby Creek incident. There's the house at Ruby Creek, and there's Chris Murphy with a relative of the Chapman family. This is the Myrtle Walton drawing of the William Rowe account. And this is presented to show the differences between what a bear looks like and what a Sasquatch looks like. And that people sometimes say, well, you saw a bear. Well, the hunters know what they saw, and they can tell you it wasn't a bear. Or you're finding footprints of bears. Well, here's two overlapping bear prints. Here's a Sasquatch print. Then there's dermal ridges. This is the hair sample. Some hairs that have been examined. Patterson Gimlin film frame. This is the color representation that Chris Murphy did. Robert Bateman's painting. Here's some interesting landmarks. This is a stone foot, which is said to possibly represent a Sasquatch. This is a like a bowl, which represents Zonaquah, the wild man of the woods. Some carvings. Some masks, which are said to represent Sasquatch. Another mask, which is said to represent Sasquatch. Here's Tony Healy, Australian researcher and author. Paul Cropper as well, with John Green, another Australian author and researcher. They both co-wrote The Yowie in Search of Australia's Bigfoot. Excellent book, by the way. A totem pole with the Zonaquah. Another Zonaquah representation. Here's the transformation mask, which Robert W. Morgan has talked about. This is an older mask. An older mask which has been which is in the Vancouver Museum. This is a painting of a representation of a sighting and of a report. This is what a Sasquatch may look like as it is swimming. Here's Bill Munns with his model of Gigantopithecus. Here's three skulls comparison. You have the human, gorilla, Gigantopithecus. Here's Penny Burnham's representations of what Sasquatch heads may look like. This is the poster for the Sasquatch exhibit, which ran at the Vancouver Museum. Later it ran at Pocatello, Idaho. Here's Chris Murphy with his son and daughter-in-law. And this is Wanya Twan, Renee DeHenden's former wife, with Chris Murphy and a large wooden sculpture of a Sasquatch. There's a sign welcoming visitors to Harrison Hot Springs. There's a sign of Sasquatch. One of the organizers of some of the some of the Sasquatch events. Stephen Harvey. A sand sculpture of a Sasquatch, when there used to be a sand castle competition in Harrison Hot Springs, which was partially the impetus of John Green. Here is a what appears to be a skeleton. It's a representation 9-foot skeleton. Interesting to see what a Sasquatch skeleton may look like. And finally, this is a Sasquatch coin and presentation case. There was a Sasquatch coin commissioned last year up in Canada. And then the rest of the book is just basically entries in date order, entries in location order, I believe there's also entries in alphabetical order. So, and then there's a bibliography and also an index. So, do I highly recommend this book? Absolutely. I do recommend getting this book. It's an excellent book. I don't think it's available on HancockHouse.com, but you can get it at, excuse me, not available on Amazon.com. It is available at HancockHouse.com, so I highly recommend getting Sasquatch in British Columbia.